Hey guys, it's Bob doing a little hero update again and basically a general overview of what I'm looking to be doing at the moment. As you can see, you've got my defense team at the top. That would be team number 1. We have Kunchin with 7 grids, Poseidon with the same. The goal is 800. As you can see, Frida got the 10 because she's my blue tank. They're all very solid heroes. I'll go through their stats so you can see them. Very well-rounded, and obviously a paladin gets the chance to have a 25% defense buff, which pretty much would take over a 1k shield, which is mental. Then you got Poseidon. He hits pretty damn hard, and to be honest, my favourite part of this hero is the fact that you can't have your mana stealed after you use his skill for 3 turns. It's really useful for slow heroes, or just heroes you're trying to protect so that you can use mana block or get that last hero out before they get rid of you. Kunchin, we all know who he is. You don't really need to say much about him. I do intend to get him more grids eventually. Neith, she's still quite new in comparison to a few others. Hits everyone, not the biggest damage, but the mischance is my favourite part, as well as the mana steal. It's definitely helpful towards getting people like Poseidon and Marjana and Kagiburo, anyone along those lines that you know is going to really hurt a hero. That miss can be huge. And as you can see, she's pretty damn tanky. I went attack route with her, so she could be even more, if that's what you were looking to make out of it. Madonna, simple hero. Grids are mainly for the dodge, but I went attack. Then we got Tarlak. He's got a hell of an attack, so I work quite balanced. I don't particularly have excellent greens. I do have 6 tonics, but I don't have any 5 stars I can ascend with those tonics, so I'm holding out at the moment. Hopefully I'll get a nice defense green hero. Asla, now he hits really hard. I could put more grids into him, but I'm not sure if I want to push him any further at the moment. It's quite expensive. Seashat, she's nice and max. She'll get grids eventually, but I have heroes that are more important in the eyes of balancing my colours out to get them first. Liju, as you can see, I've maxed her costume and she got 19 grids. She's pretty much a 5-star in my eyes. She's Neith without the miss, and I love it. Margaret, definitely once again not a defense hero. She can be crucial in any attacks or raids. If that dodge pops off, getting those skills up is huge. There you go. She can't be debuffed, but people around her can if they got a skill. Just means she keeps a dodge. Zania, not long maxed her. She's got, well, a little while now, but I've just started putting grids into it. She's going to be going defensive. As you can see, attack stats nice and high. No need to go anywhere else for that. Proteus with 20 grids. I was a fool. I followed the sword because, I balanced it. But nevertheless, I should have chased the shield. He's too squishy, and his tile damage is nice, but it's just not good enough. Gadorus, another hero. Don't take him past 700 TP in my eyes. There's not much difference at all, and there is a hell of a lot of difference in grids. He was my only druid at the time, so I will strip him eventually and put him to 700. I just need a druid 5-star to feel like I need to. Now we've got Boltusk here with 711. He was 704, but I got his costume, and I also got a duplicate of him. So I ascended him to 1st tier straight away with his duplicate costume, which gave him a little boost there. I intend to work Boltusk next for my reds with his costume. Help strengthen the depth I already have. Sabina, excellent attack for a healer. You know, the tile damage can come in really useful. She's still too squishy, but the fact she debuffs as well, more debuffs as you got, you know, it's very common to come across a Borrel or Reflect or anything that can become a hindrance. It's gone. Amiona, she's what I consider a specialist hero. She's turns herself into a ghost and gets 82% attack buff. So you add that to her 816, which I went all attack on here with the grids, and she melts. As long as you get the Titan tiles, purple tiles on a yellow Titan, and her skill is popped. You know, if you've got a defense down hero as well, that's huge. You will do big damage. Buddy, obviously got him Christmas time, maxed him up. I stripped. Who did I strip of grids? Triton. Now I love him as a hero, but I've got a lot of blues and not so many greens, so it was just the right call to make. He's huge as a player, buddy, you know. Get those minions popping and raids, events, war. It's a little barrier, so to speak, where they can't kill you off, you know. It gives you that time to work with the board. And then we got Borrel. Obviously, you don't want him at high attack stat. 846 shield and 1257 health. He's tanky as hell. I used to have him on 20 grids, but I got Frida as my tank now, so 700 TP is sufficient for him. He's definitely one of the best early on in game tanks. So if you do have him and you're thinking of, you know, a staple strong hero that is used in tank role, Borrel is one of them. Sonya, as you can see, she's only got 5 grids and 700 TP. That's because I maxed a costume. This is the main reason I'm pushing costumes, because it takes me on average 11 to 13 grids with a season 1 hero such as Sonya to get them to 700 TP. So it's pretty game changing in terms of how quickly you can get your depth up when you don't really have those 5 stars to push. I know I am sitting on 5 stars, but I can't send them all and they're expensive, so I'm trying to work with the 4 stars I got. Grim, I really hope he gets a costume, but I love the hero nevertheless. Give him 20 grids, he hits 900 attack, mental. But that defense down after Frida hits, you know, it really helps. I tend to use him in Titans. I'll pop Frida, then Grim. Well, no, sorry. My team will be Tarlek, I'll pop him. Kirill for that attack boost. Then Frida, then Grim, then Izania. Now I know Izania has a higher defense down, but her attack stat is also higher, so it makes more sense for me to hit with Grim first so that Izania's hit does more damage rather than vice versa. I highly recommend going attack if you intend to put grids into a Grim, because he's just far too squishy even if you go defense. Kirill, solid hero. Obviously you go defensive on him, there's no point in pushing that attack, it's not going to make any difference. He's a healer and a buffer. He's there to be trying kept around for the longest time so that he can help you win your fight. Simple as that, in my opinion. Gormak, obviously I thought of him as a red Grim, but more health and shield. I'm not a fan, he lasts for ages, but he's hitting with a pillow. I'm a bit spoiled with some of the hitters I have, so he doesn't really I'm not that much of a fan. Cheshire Cat, another specialist hero. The 44% defense against holies is useful, and so is his poison. If I'm in a raid, I will generally pop him if there's no tiles that I know will kill heroes where they're lined up. If there are, I'll kill them and then use him. But if the board is bad, I will use him just for the fact he'll shuffle them, which won't do much, but the poison will take him over time. That's always useful. But as you can imagine, if you're going up against a team with a Isana tank with Gravemaker and some heavy hitters, you switch it around for Isana and Gravemaker, you're gonna drop him a lot quicker. Khalil, she will get a 700 TP again. I've spoken about her enough, really. Get her done if you got her, that's my say. Chow, as you can see, it's taken 9 grids, and he's still got a ways to go. You get 5 TP a grid, so that would round him to 692 with his next talent grid. That's another 3 grids he needs, so 12 in total to get him to 700. I'm hoping he gets a costume, but apparently they don't like releasing them. Malandor, one of the very few I do not have a costume for, and he's not up to 700 quite yet. Got a little ways to go for those grids, so it's going to be a while, but hopefully I do manage to get his costume next time round. That'll be a nice boost once again. Tibby, I got his costume recently, just got him done. As soon as I finish Chow, I'll get some grids into him. I would take him off Chow and give him to him, but the fact is, my purples are stronger than my yellows, it just doesn't make sense. And now, as you can see, Grazel here is my cut-off point. So, just for reference, for war, that's my top 30. Lancelot, I really like him. His attack stat is good, his health is good, shield not so much, but that, you can't have everything. He does a decent amount of damage, the mana generation and attack boost. He's huge. Red mono, stick him next to a Aslar or a slow hero, he will make the difference. Vela, last month's hero of the month. Not going to get it done anytime soon, but she is the next blue on the list. I really like her, even at this stage. The damage she does with 150% isn't particularly too much, but the water damage over the 4 turns helps, and obviously the debuff against fire's attack, even if you're going against the stacked team, or they're stacking against you, it does help. Now, Grazel or Grazel, or however you want to pronounce her name, I'm not a fan. The health recovery is just not enough for me. But the fact she can't be stopped from healing, and the fact that she makes allies immune to stay assailments for 2 turns, she can be a pain. I will admit that, but definitely not a top tier 5-star in my eyes. Wilbur, I had him in 20 grids years ago. Well, so it seems. I intend to take him back to 700. He's a staple hero, but even with no grids, I still used him more. Didn't bother me whatsoever. He's solid. Falcon, huge hero. I rave about him so much. You just look at that shield and health with 3 talent grids. He's a monster. To me, with the Paladin class, he's better than Borrel as a tank. If you take a look at Taz in War, he has a monster Falcon, and definitely does help him eat flags in War. So I recommend him highly. Rigard, fortunately, I thought I had his costume. Must be dad. So I need his costume as well. But he's a solid healer as it is. Everyone knows Rigard's good. Jim Francis, as you can see, 9 levels to go. I haven't really used him that much. I have gone against him a couple times. My favourite thing about him is the ice defense and the fact that poison, burn, whatever you want to throw at him will turn into a defense buff for your team. It's a bit of a middle finger to their attack. So we've got Dom here, 370. She's been here since early days for Bob. Early days. I got Seashat, pretty much very similar hero, but with minions. So she lost that one. Oberkan, yeah, him. Don't like him. There's Magni. I know he's a good hero when he's ascended. but unless I get his costume, Vela wins. But they have to bring out costume first. Danza, I'm just not a fan. Every damn time I get the freeze, and his tile damage doesn't do that much, so he's just meh. I will accept that he has a family bonus, so even if you're taking him in just for the mana generation for others, I suppose it could be useful in that sense. But if you've got others to level, Danza's not a priority. 1 second. Gotta have a bit of a joint. So, June. He is a solid hero. 370, as you can see, is still a bit squishy, and his defense not the most health, and his attack's a bit meh. But he's definitely a solid hero, and he does have a costume that is mental. Leo's on a back burner. Ironically, I got Leo before June. I got Leo first, then June, and then Neith. I had the darts from the time of Leo, but thankfully I kept getting other yellows that were better and moved over to them first until I got Neith, and I was lucky to ascend it before June without his costume. I think she was the better choice. Triton, huge hero. I love the Ranger class. The PS is huge, dodges reflect, defense buffs, everything. And the 39% increase with healing can be huge. He's the same family as Gadorus, Proteus, Poseidon, Ursana. There's a few more which I can't think off the top of my head. They're all defense buffs with that family, so Gad's an overtime healer, you know, it's really going to help out with his heals, that sort of thing. And Triton's a really big hitter, so having something to do with healing is always a nice added bonus in my opinion. Gobbler, underrated and overrated at the same time. He's good for minions, but now there are better people. His attack stat is really nice. If you haven't got good greens, he is a hero to get sorted just for that tile damage for Titans, etc. Just don't forget that he heals himself for the minions, so if you are up against a person with a minion he's ready to pop and they haven't, if they're close, I'd wait. He's from the same family as Wilbur, Muggy, and what? And that's attack boost, which obviously suits him quite well. Next we got Captain Diamond. He's going to get his grids, but Falcon comes first, definitely so. So as you can see, he's another minion killer, and he attacks more people. I haven't really gotten that far with him, I toyed around with him that much, but I have heard really good things from others. Jabba was once a 700 TP hero for me. I stripped it, doesn't have a gender in my eyes, for Leju's 19 grids. As I said before, my purple is really stacking in comparison to my yellow, so I thought I'd make it that I had a nice third strong yellow to choose from. Khalil number 2, I can't remember when I maxed her. I do not intend to grid her. It was pretty much a waste of time, but I won't feed her because I love the hero. Boral number 2, once again, when I maxed him, he was a staple for my war for a long time, and I used him. As you can see, I got 2 Cademan. Generally when I have 2, one's gridded. He shouldn't be a druid. It really pisses me off. He's a hitter. He debuffs. What's a little plant gonna help him with? Nothing. Cash I got maxed maybe a month and a half ago. I'm not sure if he'll get grids. He's a good hero. I respect that. Raid tournaments he might be useful for, but I guess it will improve my depth with greens. I probably will put some into him, and possibly Gobbler at some point. Colin, he's got a pretty good attack stat, I'll give him that. He's just too squishy all round. The fact that he's a slow mana speed and he's a 4-star takes the piss. He should be average. Excuse my language all. I'm just never, in my opinion. we've got Chow down here, number 2. As you can see, he's very low on TP without grids. So just level the 1 if you've got quite a few heroes. The second one won't make it. Hu Tao, my very first yellow, lowest TP hero in the game, which means he has to get a costume. I don't care. This guy's getting a costume. I know it. And hopefully it changes his mana speed. He is pretty tanky, to be fair, and his mischance again, as I said before, miss is crucial. Titans, anything. If they can miss, it's great. There we go. This is why we don't send level duplicates and move on to new people, is you should wait if you can. I had someone else I could have chosen from, but I decided to max the second Rigard. I got the final tier, level 22, and I pulled new people, and I've been leveling new people ever since. So, when I eventually do get his costume, I suppose I can level this one up and have one with costume, one without, or maybe 2 with a costume eventually. For now, he stays there like this. Wukong. Now, I know a lot of you won't agree with this, but I still don't believe he should get final ascended. He's just someone you take in on Titans, maybe you get nice tile damage, maybe you don't. Personally, before I got Tarlek, I stopped using Wu for quite a while because of the inconsistency. I started running monos, just for the fact that it's the same sort of boost, except from you risking not getting your colour tiles instead of the colour tiles you want to hit missing. It's a little less aggravating in my eyes. Shrubber. That's right, I put grids into a 3-star. Just because raid tourneys. This guy's a beast. Slow mana, but he taunts and he gets buffs in defense against special skill and normal skills. At normal hits, so that's huge. Bane. I've only got his costume on because it's cooler. It's not better, I don't think. I'd rather the more damage. But again, he's really useful in raid tournaments. Now Brienne, the little hidden gem. Minus 41% defense and a further 4% defense every time they hit for 4 turns. Now that's not special skills or heroes hitting, that's special skills, tiles, even if you're running mono. Blue, for example, the yellow tiles, the greens, the reds, they will all reduce the person's defense you're hitting by 4%. It's capped out. I'm not sure what at. I will check and let you all know when I do. But for Titans, especially blue, this costume hero could be a really big game changer. I am a big fan, She's basically the reverse of Kingston's. Together they could be mental. Guardian Bat. Yeah, I was working on 3 stars at the time. I don't think I had many purples, so he's quite useful. Not bad at all, not great. We all know who Melee or Muggy are. As you can see, I tend to push 3 stars at an event. Now we come down here, we got all my heroes to level and duplicates. So we got Grimble. He'll be my next purple, but it won't be moving around to him for a while. I'm either going to be pushing all my costumes first and going back to leveling, or pushing all my costumes and then getting all my troops to level 15 for my 4 stars. Obviously that does not include every single one I have, but I will intend to round off my 2nd, 3rd, in some cases 4th and 5th 4-star troops to level 10, just so that when I run mono or 3-2, even if I'm not taking the greatest hero in, my tile damage is boosted by the troops you take in. That's always a little factor you have to keep in the back of your mind when you're playing this game, because they are a big game changer. And always check enemies' troops before you attack. But back to Grimble, he destroys minions. I don't know, man. I've versed him quite a few times. He doesn't do much damage. He's he's really tanky, and he resists accuracy down. I'll see. He's not getting final ascended anyway. I don't have the mats. Second Gene here, second Magni, 2 Sultanas. It's my second Vela. Quintus, I'm holding off a costume, to be honest, until I push him. His normal card's not the greatest, I wouldn't say. And that's about it. As you can see, I've got a few costumes and a few heroes down here to level. I'll give you a look at my troops. I've been pushing this one recently, level 15, so that one's done first. As you can see, I'm not that far off from 15 on the rest, but then you've got a level 4 and a level 3 yellow underneath, you know. Just getting all of them rounded off. It's going to really help. But so would getting a mana troop for Kunchin as a 4-star. It's really kind of bugging me. But as you can see, I've got a couple levels and some 3-stars, just from back in the day when I could only use those. And some 2-stars as well. They're there somewhere. But that's all from